Hi everyone, it's Ash here from FPL Hints, back with some more captaincy polling data and Neo predictions. As always, if you can like, comment, share or subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And as always, before we look at the game week ahead, we'll look at the game week that's just gone by. As I predicted, Haaland would be the clear standout captain among the Elite 1000, which was the case with a large minority still backing Mohamed Salah. And despite Mohamed Salah getting a fancy return, his score was dwarfed by Haaland, who got 4 times as many points than him. And in terms of the EO predictions, I did say Haaland would get at least 140% EO. Turned out it was well over 170%. And with his third hat trick in 8 Premier League games, Haaland has well and truly cemented his status as the perma captain in FPL for the foreseeable future. And in all honesty, it probably doesn't even make sense for me to do any captaincy polls for the time being, but I thought it best to still run a short poll and to carry on with this series for consistency's sake. So as we can see, almost 9 in 10 FPL managers are backing Haaland for the armband in game week 10 against Southampton, so it's a reasonable fixture there. And Haaland carried on with his goal-scoring exploits during the midweek in the Champions League, and crucially, he played just half a game of football, so hopefully he'll be well and truly rested for this weekend. Some may say that, is there an alternative captain that you could go for in game week 10? I would say that it's not simply worth the risk going on a punt captaincy unless you really need to make up lost ground. I'm projecting Haaland to have an EO that will exceed 190% among the Elite 1000 and also across multiple ranked tiers as well. For me, it's about mitigating risk with captaincy. With the EO captain, because it's so unanimous and because Haaland is so inevitable, I couldn't recommend going for anyone else. Of course, if you want to make up lost ground and you're going for broke, going for a punt captaincy may make sense. But for the vast majority, I would say, just go for Haaland. I talk about the Elite 1000 as well. The median rank among the Elite 1000 at the moment is 524k. Eventually, I'm going to be focusing on the top 10k stats. Top 10k is beginning to look credible. So perhaps I'll use a combination of the Elite 1000 data and the top 10k data with respect to looking at captaincy and Neo projections, but that turn will happen sooner rather than later. And before I sign off, I thought it best to do a quick check-in with my captaincy to date. So I've scored 166 points over the 8 game weeks that we've had. And it's a very straightforward, captain obvious, captain EO approach. I've pretty much backed the right captain. Of course, Mohamed Salah blanking against Bournemouth was clearly anomalous in game week 4. I'm pretty content. We're just under a quarter of the way into the season, and the EO captain obvious approach has worked for me. And I hope that this demonstrates to you that you don't have to take risks with captaincy and that you don't have to overthink captaincy. You can focus on other parts of your team instead. And in terms of where this puts my captaincy ranking in Premier Fantasy Tools, I've gone into their top captaincy picker table. It puts me in the top 5% without overthinking captaincy. So there you have it. Captain EO, Captain Obvious, Captain Haaland for game week 10. Take care and all the best.